In this second part, I'm going to explain you how you can record and monitor your Ambisonics signal in your DAW. If you haven't watched the first part on how you can connect your Ambisonics microphone to your input device, just make sure to follow the first part in the link in the description below. So I have created here an empty project in Studio One, and the first thing that I'm going to do is to create an input that is going to receive the 4 channels of my Ambisonics microphone into the DAW. For doing that, I have to go to Song, and then in Song Setup, I go to the Audio I/O setup, and I'm going to create a new input. Because I need a 4-channel input, I'm going to click on Add, and then I'm going to set the channel format to be 4.0 music. It's very important that you select music. I'm going to name it. And finally, I'm going to set the channels left, right, left surround, and right surround to match my channels 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in my case, I have them here, 8.1, 2, 3, and 4. And like that, my input is ready. Next thing I'm going to do is to create a track by adding a new track. And I'm going to make sure that the track format is set to 916. It doesn't matter what your final layout is going to be. Just make sure that you set your track to be 916. I'm going to set the input of the track to be the newly created input. And the output of the track is going to be left on a main. And now if I arm this track, you can see that now it is receiving audio. Now, because every Ambisonics microphone records in what we call A format, and to work in the DAW you need what we call B format, the first insert in our track has to be the transcoder. Every Ambisonics manufacturer should provide their own plugin to transcode the A format to B format. However, as of today, for Studio One, only Audio Brewers transcoder is compatible. You can use any Ambisonics microphone using Audio Brewers transcoder. However, because we created the transcoder for the Soyuz, again, the Soyuz transcoder is also compatible with Studio One, which is a pretty cool thing. But if you have any other brand of Ambisonics microphone, know that we got you covered in Studio One. So the first insert that I'm going to add is going to be the 013 Ambisonics transcoder. And after having added the transcoder, we are sure now that the signal from the microphone is being transcoded to B format. And now, in the very end of our track, in our panner, we have to add a decoder. We can add any decoder. And in this case, I'm going to add the Soyuz decoder. And just like that, you can see that my signal is being decoded from Ambisonics to 712, which is the width of my bed. Let's see how it sounds. I'm just going to set the output to be binaural so that you can hear it in YouTube properly. And if I wear my headphones and we try on the outputs, you can hear that my voice is now on the center, and now I'm moving to the left, and now I'm moving to the right, meaning that my sound field is properly being decoded. Now, you can see here that there are a couple of settings in the transcoder, which is the monitor and the quality. We have created these 2 algorithms depending on what you want to do. Whenever you are recording or tracking music, we recommend you setting the transcoder to monitor, which is going to give you a 0 latency response in whatever is being converted from A to B, but with a lower quality. When you are ready to mix, you can change this to quality, and you're gonna get a full quality signal converted from A format to B format. You can change these things after or before you are recording or during the recording. It's not going to affect whatever you record. So just make sure that whenever you record, you use the monitor setting, and whenever you mix, you use the quality setting. The quality setting is going to add a little bit of latency, and this is why it's more comfortable to set it in monitor. And now the cool thing about all this is that any insert that goes after the transcoder and before the decoder, which is in our panner, is going to work natively in Ambisonics. Let's just try and add something. For example, our Vortex plugin, which is a 3-dimensional reverb. If we add Vortex and we see how it sounds, you can hear that now my voice has this 3-dimensional reverberation effect, so it doesn't matter if I move to the left or if I move to the right, you will always have a 3-dimensional representation of the reverb. I can even change the settings live, and everything is going to happen in Ambisonics. That is the pretty cool thing. Now let's just say that I wanted to upscale this signal so that we get a much better resolution for our Dolby Atmos mix. It's completely doable. Let me just remove the Vortex plugin. And right after the transcoder, I'm going to insert the AB Imager upscaler to upscale this first order ambisonics signal to be third order ambisonics. Just by adding it, you don't have to do anything else. It's already being upscaled. And because now the signal is being upscaled to third order ambisonics, which is the maximum that Studio One supports, I'm gonna have to add a higher order decoder. In this case, I'm going to use our AB decoder in higher order. And as you can see, now I'm getting 16 channels of audio, meaning that my signal is now third order ambisonics. The difference between the first and the third order ambisonics, if you're working in Dolby Atmos, is huge because you're gonna have much better resolution whenever you are converting your audio to a surround 714 layout. Now let's just check how this sounds in binaural sound. You can hear that now my voice is in the center and I am moving to your left, and then I can also move to your right. Every single property of the three-dimensional sound field is being respected, and that's the really cool thing. And whatever plugin that you insert after the upscaler is going to work in third order ambisonics, giving you the best quality you can get. Now let's just add something random, for example, our pitch shifter. And now the pitch shifter is after our upscaler, so it's working in third order ambisonics. So if we try it, so now you can hear me from the Ambisonics microphone. So if I lower, for example, the pitch of the sides, you can hear that my voice sounds a little bit weirder, and I can modify it further.
For example, raising the pitch of the front and the back.
That's pretty cool. And this is how you work with Studio One and Ambisonics. Audio Brewers is the only company as of today that supports this converting from a Ambisonics microphone that gives you an A format signal to a Dolby Atmos mix. Remember, if you have a microphone that is not the Soyuz, if you have, for example, a Rode microphone or an Ambeo microphone, you can still use our AB transcoder and use this microphone in Studio One and still get all the benefits that Ambisonics has to offer you. If you have any more questions regarding the workflow, do not hesitate on letting me know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!